Hello and welcome to New World Comics Podcast. I am Buck Berlin, owner-operator of New World Comics. With me is Stephanie Cerny.
Hey, hey.
And joined with us this week is Jon Martindale.
Hi.
Hi, John.
Hi. How's it going?
Good. It's nice to have you.
It's good to be back.
Yeah?
Like, I've been back on the... This is the first time on the podcast. You guys know.
Yeah, but it's your first time back in a while here at the store.
I haven't been back. Yeah, I saw people.
Yeah, I guess we should jump into first. Tell everyone who you are and what you do.
I'm Jon Martindale. I'm an artist. I am a ex/current employee of New World Comics. Oh, yeah, move things. See? I'm nervous. Hold on to my guy.
Yeah, you're the fill-in guy.
Yeah. I am an adjunct professor now, so that's why I disappeared for a little
college
bit.
professor?
Yeah, Mr.
Yeah.
Fancy Pants.
Yeah. I teach kids how to... I say kids. They're like 18, 19.
Those are kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah. But I teach them drawing and intro to design and things like that.
That's cool.
Yeah. And I paint. I teach painting, too. Oil painting. Some people are unteachable.
You know, I've heard some teachers say, no one's unteachable.
Actually, that is my motto. Like, it's not a talent, it's a skill. And you just have to be willing to learn, and some people just aren't willing.
No, I get a couple drinks in them, and then they're like, oh, yeah, my God, this one kid.
Yeah.
It's absolutely unteachable. It's fun.
I don't know. Well, what's in this coffee?
Wouldn't you like to know? I guess that does bring us up to our first big point. Back when you worked here, you came in with no less than three mugs of coffee each time. Or if you came in with one, coffee runs would be made.
Yeah, maybe.
So much so that I had to give you a coffee pot.
Yeah, well, sometimes I'd come in with the Bubba carrier you gave me.
Yeah.
The big
giant
one.
yeah.
So,
which
you
is
know, at that time,
obscenely large.
Well, I only needed that one plus another one, usually throughout the day. And then Red Bull. But, or can I say that?
Yeah,
They're
you
not
can say Red Bull.
sponsoring us.
No, yeah, I mean, there's this one time that I was like, oh, I'll reward John and get him, if you go to Starbucks, there's something called the Traveler. And it's I walked in, and, you know, they could tell that I was just, you know, out of my league, because, you know, I don't drink coffee.
Well, yeah, should.
I'm not old enough.
It's good for you.
Yeah, no, I'm not old enough. But I walk in and I said, I need your largest coffee. I said, Venti or whatever the...
Venti. Yeah.
Grande or, I don't know. And I'm like, no, bigger. Like, do you sell it in, like, you know, pints or gallons?
Like, I need a gallon of coffee, please.
They sell it in pints?
Yeah. So, they're just like, oh, God, come on.
I think it is a Traveler.
Yeah,
right?
so it is the Traveler. And they're like, well, we have the Traveler, but we're going to have to make you the new pot, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, that's fine, do whatever. And they just look so perturbed. I'm like, what's up with this?
They're so angry they have to do their job.
Well, no, hold on. So eventually I get it, and, you know, it's, you know, and you're like, oh, it's the happiest day of my life, yay! And you drink it all. Turns out when I was the best man for John Lowry, one of his other groomsmen came up and was like, you're the guy. You got the Traveler. I was like, oh, yeah. Why do you remember that? It turns out that there was something that was like, at the time, if you didn't get a customer in and out in a certain amount of time.
Oh, it's probably like a general manager sort of thing. Like,
yeah. So they got in trouble for me not knowing what I wanted. I was like, well, that's dumb.
They gotta help the customer. They gotta get you what you want and get you out.
Yeah. But, you know.
They need flow.
Yeah, but, you know, I like to sit around and ask all the dumb questions.
Well, really what it is there's people like me behind you going, I just want my cup so I can get it and go. I need my fix. Yeah.
And they were completely weirded out that I just wanted straight black coffee because that's all you drink.
I get that like all the time when I go get coffee. They're like, do you want any room for cream? I'm like, no. And they're like, really? I'm like, just fill it up all the way to the top.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I don't know.
No, I mean, I get it. That's usually how I, you know, take my whiskey and all that. You know, it's just
yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I also take my whiskey. Maybe coffee with whiskey works as well.
Yeah.
But
maybe I'll try that, but I'll have to get a little bit older. I'm not old enough for coffee.
Old enough for booze, but not coffee.
It's a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't finish The Traveler.
Yeah.
I almost finished
I was
The Traveler.
devastated.
I know.
You
I'm
know,
sorry.
like one of my favorite things on Free Comic Book Day is people will, because you always worked the night, like the latest shift.
Yeah. that's my
People
favorite.
would bring up The Traveler for you.
Yeah. No. And like
And like we
everybody-
would have multiple travelers up here
So
sometime,
Well,
like
and-
some years. We'd have like 2 or 3.
It was heaven.
Well, and people come in like trying to give me the coffee, and I'm like, oh,
just
I
pour it.
appreciate you bringing this, but if you want to see, the joy that you've brought to this world, give it to that man. And they bring it over, and like your face just lights
Yeah, you're
up.
like so excited.
It doesn't
Yeah.
even matter that I can't drink it all. It's like I
You
don't
take
know.
it home and do the iced coffee with it, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Like-
you can't. Okay, you can, but you can. Coffee after about a day doesn't.
Oh, see, I thought you made
Yeah.
stuff with it, and
Well,
I
you
don't
can't. Yeah, like you can put it in the fridge, and then you just. At that point, I'll add creamer. Oddly
Oh.
enough, when it's cold, you can add or sugar, but not for hot.
Fascinating.
Yeah. Now you know.
You know,
And
I'm going to throw in some comic stuff just because I think we're boring everyone to death with that.
You
Coffee.
guys don't want to hear
Yeah.
about coffee?
Coffee,
So,
coffee, coffee.
We can talk about beans.
Yeah.
And roasting.
Actually, real quick. Hey, John. Why did Mary fall out of the swing?
No, I don't think we can tell that joke.
Why did Mary fall out of the swing? 'Cause she didn't have any arms. Hey, John. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Well, sure as hell isn't Mary. Oh.
It's a horrible joke.
That's your favorite joke.
You shouldn't laugh at that.
It's the best
I
joke.
pointed to you as in the
The listener?
those people.
Yeah.
I don't know. Those of you just listening, I pointed at
I'm
you.
just saying, your brother told me
So
that
you know.
some teenager told him.
Yeah, it was a middle school student came up with that joke.
Yeah, it's the best.
Like,
It's the best worst, but still.
it's amazing.
Yeah.
They couldn't post it publicly either.
No. But we used the store's podcast to tell that joke.
Oh, that's good. Now
Yeah.
it can get out there.
There we go.
Thank you, unnamed person. I have no clue who you are.
All right, so let's get into comics that you read.
Comics? What are comics?
There's these rectangular things that we sell a whole bunch of.
Huh.
Yeah,
Is that what you guys do here?
we try. Yep. Now we just talk coffee.
Yeah, we can go back to that. No, I'm okay with that. I'm empty actually, and I knocked over Wolverine on Blob.
That's for the people not watching the video. That sounds terrible. we have action figures in front of us just in case we get bored.
Do we?
Which and I mean, if we get really bored, then that means we're not being entertaining enough. So
That's true. That's
Yep.
true. I just knocked him over though, but we'll stand him up.
yeah. So
Well, speaking of,
Yeah.
hey, segue. That's a segue.
yep, it's a good segue.
Wolverine.
Yeah. So
Wolverine.
so yeah, you've been a Wolverine fan even before you were really into comics.
Right. I never read comics actually until I was 21, 22,
Mm-hmm.
something like that. I roomed with Jordan in LA, another old employee,
Yeah.
and I was maybe teasing him a little bit on I was like, "What are you reading, a comic book?" And he was like, "It's not a comic book, it's a graphic novel." Which, now that I've worked here, that's actually incorrect. It was a trade paperback.
Yeah.
He was wrong. Jordan, if you listen to this, you were wrong. But he gave me, so I'd read like off and on like paperback, or not trades, but
Like the single.
growing up, I may have like read one or two passing, all Wolverine stuff.
Right.
But he was reading Preacher, and he gave me Preacher, and that was the first comic book I ever read. Really, like read.
Yeah, like got into.
Yeah. And I came back and I was like, okay, where's the second one? And he goes, oh, you like comic books now? I was like, it's not a comic book, it's a graphic novel. I was like, whatever it's called, I don't care. Give me the second one. But no, it was good. And so my real introduction to comics was Preacher. So if you haven't read Preacher, it's for the mature.
Yeah, what a way to start, you know?
Yeah, but it's really good.
Well, and then after that, like he would come here and visit because he was a buddy of mine back in high school.
Yep.
Which it's crazy. Like you and I went to high school together, never interacted once.
Not really.
And
Like passing, maybe like
Well,
in
'cause,
like mutual groups, but
Right. Well,
not.
and it's
yeah.
crazy because like I was friends with like everyone, and you were friends with everyone, and we just never.
Yeah, there's a Venn diagram in there somewhere. I'm
Yeah,
sure. Like
'cause,
Will Ivins, Jordan, a few others, but
Yeah, but like we never. Yeah. But
yeah, I don't know.
No,
what
but-
year were you?
I graduated 02.
So you're 2 years ahead of me.
Yeah.
So okay. Yeah.
Still I am. That's dumb. Yeah.
I had to think about
Yeah.
it.
It doesn't change, John.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I got older, so it's fine.
But that was like 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, but yeah, so while Jordan would visit, like some of his other friends would come up, and the girl that we will refer to as DRW,
Okay, DRW. She who shall not be named.
girl you were dating at the time.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, was here and brought you along, and we were goofing off and back doing the sodagolf outside.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like you and I just hit it off.
So, do they know what sodagolf is?
No,
I don't
one
think
does.
we've talked about sodagolf
yeah,
yet.
because that was my introduction to the store.
Yeah. So,
Was-
someone Jordan brought up a like.
It's a case.
It was,
yeah.
no,
like-
there's like 20 cases.
Yeah.
Of Diet Pepsi. It was some sort of Diet Pepsi that at the time it was a new experimental whatever.
Zero or something.
Yeah,
Or it wasn't that.
It
but
was just and it was gross, and it was like it was
was not
already
good.
on its way out. So we're like,
Pepsi fix stuff. Stick to what you know.
yeah, we're like, we don't know what to do with all this stuff. So my granddad gave me a whole bunch of golf clubs, and I don't know anything about golf. So it was either Jordan or Brendan went out back and came back just covered in brown splotches, and we're like, what did you do? He says, nothing. I didn't do anything.
I feel like that would be a Brendan move.
I think it was Brendan. The more I told it, I think it was Brendan because he was just like nothing at all.
Yeah.
And we're like, did you just, and finally, I just kind of went through the what do we have? Because it was before people started just giving us weapons and all the other stuff that. We'll get into that next.
Again,
Yeah.
do they know about all this?
No.
We've mentioned the weapons
Well,
thing. Yeah, but
So what is it you do here again?
yeah, exactly.
Comics.
Yeah, but so he comes back just covered in the soda, and we eventually deduced that he'd been hitting it with the golf club. He was like, "Yeah, it's kind of awesome. You guys should come check it out." So right after store hours, we went out and back,
Yep.
and saw it, and it was amazing. And the beauty is since it was all diet soda, it all. Whenever, and it's not sticky because it doesn't have actual sugar.
That's not exactly true. It's still sticky.
It's not sticky.
It's still a little. It's not as sticky
I
as
don't
sugar.
think it's
But I was sticky leaving there.
okay.
Okay, John.
Wow, but yeah, and but like after you pick up all the canned pieces, like the rain washes everything away and everything's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was great. It was. Yeah, I don't think you guys understand how fun soda golf is.
Yeah.
like those listening or those. I always point
Yeah,
you guys.
yeah.
But it's
'Cause
it's
a
way
big
better
lot-
than golf. Like
Yeah.
Top Golf, if they put like soda can golf up,
Yeah.
oh my god, I would pay way more
because
for that.
it's just the big loud pop and the
Yeah.
it's almost a violent looking thing,
It's
but it's
very cathartic.
yeah.
Yes, yeah, there you go. It's cathartic.
Yeah.
And you can kind of try and splash people watching. So
Yeah,
you know,
that's
the
super
best.
fun.
So yeah, and just to let everyone know the weapons thing. People like to come in the store and just give me weapons. Like it hadn't been a gun so far, which thank God. I
Yeah,
don't-
they're
I-
just like, hey,
Like I can't take that.
It's the yeah.
legally, can you?
No, you
No.
can't. But
No.
it's not a thing that I want brought in anyway.
Yeah.
But usually it's people like, hey, here's nunchucks, here's a sword, here's this, and it's the thank you. I'll just go put this away where it won't harm anyone.
I think is it like reminiscent of a time when like there was like hobby stores, where they're like baseball cards and
Yeah.
and so you just kind of have all
yeah, there's like a
encompassing-
samurai sword hanging up on the wall.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and it's like, oh, that's cool. Maybe they just think it's that.
Well, yeah, well, and we've since used some of them in the superhero school. Like if there's a metal sword that doesn't have an edge to it, or
Yeah.
or a dull. Sometimes I'll break out the grinder and like dull the tip of it so it won't do anything. So the kids will see, oh, it looks like a metal sword. that kind of thing.
I feel like that's a perfect segue again.
Oh,
Yeah.
So what did you say you use it for?
the grind.
You use the swords for what?
Oh, the superhero school.
Oh, do you guys do superhero
Yeah.
school? What does that entail?
Why, John? I'm so glad you. So yeah, for those that haven't really listened before, superhero school is a thing that we do every 2 weeks, where I dress up my friends as superheroes, and they come out and talk to the kids about who they are and what they do, and then the kids can ask questions. And I end up building almost all of the costumes and stuff, but since John, since John has an artistic background, there's a lot of stuff that I could always leave to him to either finish or, in some cases just build the whole thing, like the TARDIS.
I did build the TARDIS.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I gave you a rough.
You need to rebuild the TARDIS.
Yeah, I need. Anyone want to donate some masonite?
Yeah, I gave you rough measurements and a rough idea of what to do, and
Yeah.
said, "Here, just go to town, make it."
That was good. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think
And-
I like doing that stuff.
Well,
Like,
and there's so many night before big event. Like anytime we've had a huge major event, you've been the one that's last minute. Hey, we're doing this. Like the for the first New World Con, the night before you were outside building things.
Yeah.
and you made the brackets for the kids carnival.
yep. That fell apart within 20 minutes of going there. I may not be the greatest builder.
But I mean, we
They
were-
held up eventually. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think we used duct tape or something. Velcro, actually.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
use Velcro. Yeah, it's all the skill ever, and then it's oh wait, no, that won't work because it wouldn't incredibly well built to.
It's trial and error.
Yeah.
Yeah. But because the next year it went well. We
Yeah.
had the carnival games. And we're like, we need more screws
Right.
because those kids are not gentle on carnival
Oh
games.
yeah, that
Nope.
first year they broke all of our games.
Yeah. We discovered we're like, oh, we'll just put it. It'll be fine. Like we'll just have a little bit of some supports and it'll be great. No, they are. Children are destructors. They're little Godzillas. They destroy everything.
Sweet little angels,
yeah.
you mean?
Yeah.
So the second year, yeah.
They destroyed it with their love.
Yeah, they're like, I love this. No, but the second year, yeah, we made much more structurally sound.
Durable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, maybe not structurally
Yeah.
sound. No, they weren't.
But yeah, there's a lot of the masks and stuff. I do hey John, go plaster dip this, go paint that, make this, make this, glue it here,
Yeah,
do that.
yeah.
And yeah, you were always the one to help finish off.
I like that stuff. Like we talked about before we started, I like the behind the scenes stuff. And so the late night, like getting ready for the con or getting ready for free comic book day.
book
or-
day.
And then
Yeah.
at the end of the con, like we've been at the con
Oh, yeah,
since
we're
it
cleaning
started,
up.
and
Yeah.
then you show up when it's done. Like you help set it all up, and then you come when it's all over to help.
Yeah, you're
Pack
set
it
up
all
and tear
up.
down.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
You kind of save us all because we've been there all day long
Well,
and
yeah,
we're exhausted.
You guys are exhausted. You need fresh eyes. It'd be great if we had not eyes, fresh
yeah.
arms, just a brain. Well, I don't have much of one.
Depends on
but-
how caffeinated you are.
Yeah, if I've got plenty of coffee, I'm fine.
Yeah.
But just to go, okay, we need this. All right, you guys go do this. And that's why I like Free Comic Book Day doing the late shift. I can come in now that we're not trying to do the whole thing, all of us for 24 hours.
yeah,
which-
that's kind of rough.
Yeah, you were there the last time that I was like, I'm staying up for the whole thing and not taking a break. I kind of tried it this last year, and then
You took a break this year.
I took a break, but I didn't really sleep.
I think your mom came. and
Yeah,
woke you up.
my mom who never comes up here.
It's been like a couple of years since she's come up
Yeah,
here.
and then she just randomly showed up, and right as I felt myself go to sleep, and within seconds of it, she came in.
I've been coming around here since what? 2019, 2000. No, 19.
That's next year.
Future.
Time traveling John. Since
09.
yeah, I'd say late
or
08.
10.
I'd say 08 or no.
I didn't
2008.
I didn't move back to Oklahoma until November of 09. So.
Well, but you've been coming. You would.
Oh,
Stop
yeah,
by.
I would, come back to
'cause
visit.
You were here for the Iron Man premiere.
Yeah.
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 So-
So I don't know what year
That was 08.
Okay.
Yeah.
But my point is, I've been coming here since then. I think I've seen your mom maybe, I don't know, half a dozen times.
Yeah.
And she comes in right when you're trying to sleep.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, he's sleeping back there. She's like, I'll just go back there.
Yeah.
Okay.
My mom is such a wonderful lady. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're super nice. I love you.
yeah, and she gave the best Valentine's Day cards. But but yeah, you were here for the moment that I decided it was very much time that I don't stay up the full 24 hours anymore. Because I was sitting there talking like mid story, and I nodded off.
I forgot. Yeah, no, that was and we just all started laughing because there's a lull during 24 hours. So if you love New World, come in during that lull. I believe it's like the 3 to 5 range.
Yeah, I would about say maybe 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Is like the exactly when the lull happens.
Yeah, and we need people to come in to keep us awake.
Just entertain us.
Yeah.
So we
I mean,
don't
buy
have
things.
to play like the I love the 80s game that we played last year, all of us against Puck.
I was so good at that.
Yeah,
He was
you were good and you beat us
incredibly
all.
good at it. Yeah.
A little frightening.
I got
that's
2 of them wrong, or like
Yeah.
I didn't get 2 of them.
That's
something
because
like
you fell asleep.
Yeah.
in the entire game.
Yep.
Got 2 of them wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we went through
throughout
the
the entire
entire
deck.
box.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So if you're night owl, come see us at 4 a.m. Bring coffee. It comes full circle.
Well,
and the end.
Yeah,
No.
but yeah. Well, Hazel usually shows up with breakfast.
Oh,
Oh, Hazel.
yes,
Yeah.
You were a lifesaver.
definitely.
But
Yeah.
it was. I was going along pretty strong, and I was like, man, we have an hour and a half left. I'm gonna make it. Let's do this. And then just mid sentence, it's the.
I forgot
Whoa,
what
hey
you were
guys.
talking
Yeah.
about. We just started laughing. I kind of like woke you up, and you're like, "What?" I was like, "You just fell asleep."
Well, and it was like 1.5 seconds worth of like nod off, and the look on Bronson's face was just like, whoa, because I remember he did the yo, just fell asleep.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So it's probably good to bring in fresh people to just I don't know, run a register.
Yeah,
Things like that.
Yeah.
You need brain power.
Yeah, people who can brain power.
Brain power.
So,
I need more coffee, obviously.
something that got brought up, right before we did this, something that a lot of people don't know about are the times that you weren't the most punctual individual here at the store.
Don't tell my current boss that because I am always on time.
Oh, really? What did they do to fix that?
I think you fixed it.
Oh, okay.
So you're responsible for me being on time. I was
Yeah.
almost late once.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, no, wait. I may have been late once.
You're
it
not
was-
supposed to say that.
It's okay. They knew about it. The kids know. They just get started and start drawing. That's what they do.
well, so you were late so often. Like you're unfortunately such a good worker that I didn't want to let you go.
I'm sorry. Say that part again.
Yeah, no, you are absolutely one of my best workers that I've ever had. Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, well, we have to mention Tom, who can be seen here. Yeah, no,
You can put him up,
We can
like,
put in
later?
pictures. Yeah,
Can you put him right here? Later?
maybe
Here. Maybe here. Just put my arm around him, Photoshop that out, and then.
Yeah, okay. So Tom doesn't actually want his actual picture shown, so we have like that preview world, like picture not found.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Can we put? I'll draw a picture of him, and we'll. Put it in.
Will it look like the leprechaun from Alabama?
That's it. There's this amateur sketch.
Yeah.
That's a great
Oh, that's
video.
dumb. Anyway,
okay. Yeah. Sorry.
I was late.
late.
Yeah, you were just
A
late
lot.
all the time.
It's because I lived close.
Yeah.
And so it's like I got time. I can make
When
it.
I lived across the street, I was still here half an hour early.
Well, it's because it's your baby. This is your store.
Oh yeah, I'm
Like,
still
yeah.
here roughly half an hour. Anyway,
Yeah.
I found out that you hated confetti. Just absolutely hated it.
Not really a fan.
We would have what eventually became nicknamed the Tardy Party. So, whenever you would stroll in, I'd have either a handful or 2 handfuls full of confetti, and I'd throw them up in the air and then try to get them down the back of your shirt.
Yeah, and it stayed. It's got confetti gets everywhere. It should be banned from this planet.
It would run down the back and into other places, and then you'd pull on the front of your shirt and try to
and poof up.
Well, yeah. You try to poof the confetti off.
Shake
of yourself,
it off, yeah.
And then it would shoot all the confetti out of the back of your shirt and rain back down on you.
It's miserable.
And then what happened? Whose job was it to clean it up?
Oh yeah, then I had to vacuum it up.
Yeah,
that's funny
because it was your fault. It was there.
Yeah, technically.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe kind of in a weird, skewed sort of way, but yeah.
Yeah.
I just remember we started to we sometimes get customers that wait outside
Yeah.
for us to open. People started coming just to see that.
Yeah.
They were I wanted to get there early to see the Tardy Party.
Yeah, if someone was late and they saw the confetti, like, oh, John was late again.
John was late again. Yeah, because at some point I was just like, I'm not cleaning that up right now. You need to clean that up. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna.
Oh, do you remember the day the vacuum cleaner broke?
Oh yeah, we did.
And
I had to use a broom on carpet. Yeah, that's horrible.
Yep. I think that was the last time you were late, though.
Yeah. Well, no, I was late again. Come on. Let's be honest. But see, that's the only thing that it's either you either save me, or that I live far away from work. Like I'm 20, 30 minutes away from work.
Yeah.
Now, so I gotta drive. But here I was 5 minutes. So it's just yeah. But confetti party, it should be banned from the planet. If there's a outspoken scientist listening to this, can you help ban confetti?
For all those scientist listeners
yes,
we have.
I don't know. The scientist, it's general, it's all-encompassing. I don't care if you're a heart surgeon. I feel like you're a scientist as well. I draw pictures for a living. Come on.
There's a science to the art. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had to take a science class to get there. We're all scientists in a way.
Oh my gosh.
This is so dumb.
Can we edit that out?
I will leave it in.
Yeah.
I forgot how to drink water.
I feel like you did that on purpose, so we would have to edit.
Yeah.
Or we left in all that awkwardness.
Oh, damn. I mean, dang.
Oh, man.
Words. Spaghetti. Mm-hmm. What?
So, let's get back to comics real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We never got into my favorites.
Yeah. So, Planetary.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's very good.
We feel like we're obligated to talk about Planetary and Mr. Miracle on every episode. So, that's us doing that now. But yeah, you actually do like Planetary.
I do like Planetary. I have not read Mr. Miracle.
Yeah. Well, it's almost finished.
Okay.
Okay.
So you can just wait for the trade.
When's the trade coming out?
It comes out January now.
I feel just product placement.
Yep. No.
I mean,
yeah. For those watching, no, that's D-Man. He's
not in Planetary.
Yeah,
no. Or Mr. Miracle.
Or should be touched.
Yeah.
Really.
I mean, just play with Wolverine.
Yeah. Okay. So, Planetary is amazing, and I love it. And I actually need to reread it because there's so many intricate details that you miss the first time you read it. But what's Mr. Miracle? Why should I read it?
All right. So it's written by Tom King.
Sold on these things. Why should I read it? You know what I like.
Yeah. Well, it's just incredibly well written. Okay. The characters, interact incredibly well with each other. Like, what did you do?
He broke his face.
Wolverine. Yeah.
Okay, I'm not allowed to touch things. I'm an adult, I swear.
Fine. Just read Mr. Miracle.
Okay.
Okay.
Tom King?
Tom King.
Okay.
Read anything that Tom King has written.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So, Invincible.
Great. Fantastic.
Yeah, I know that's absolutely one of your favorites, but a spin out from
I've always Brit. Sorry, I need to tell it.
You're just like, oh, I love it.
It's great. The first one's great that Kirkman wrote.
Yeah.
The second two, so there's three. They're not bad. I mean, they finished the story out. But Brit is about a dude who's invulnerable, not invincible. He's in the same universe as Invincible, eventually.
Yes.
But he's just an old, grizzled old dude that wears combat like boots and cargo pants and a sweater, and then he goes and fights things.
Yeah.
Just I don't know. I like that. I always want to dress up for Halloween, but no one would know who I was. So everyone go read Brit, sold at your local comic book store, New World Comics. But seriously, it's really good, and I don't know. I like it. I need to reread that one too.
Yep.
It's been a while, but I guess after Mr. Miracle.
Yeah. So we'll go back to an old store story. There's one in particular that we don't really tell too often, just because it seems that there's this, like, everything has really kind of happened since we started superhero school, but this one actually kind of predates it. The time that we got invited out to the Underworld, like 3 or 4 or 5, I don't know how many they have, but it was
17. Oh, Kate Beckinsale though.
but
fantastic.
Yeah, we got invited out to Skybar to promote.
What were we promoting? I mean, aside from you, but
it was Underworld. But yeah, like we were there to promote New World Comics.
Yeah.
But we didn't have any. Like they wouldn't let us hand out anything other than like the pre-done material there.
It was in costume.
Oh yeah, they had asked us to come in costume. So like, it was the.
I think I was Cowboy Hat Wolverine.
Yeah, you were Cowboy Hat Wolverine.
So, you can get into a bar like that.
Yeah, DRW was just your.
I thought she wasn't dressed up.
No, yeah. She was just costume handler.
If you're listening, we're just joking about this kind of.
What?
Anyway, Jordan was Spider-Man.
Yeah, and I was the Spirit because
And then there was a girl. She was.
Carrie was Elektra.
Yeah, Elektra.
And we were there with like OKC Ferry, and they would not leave you alone.
They were dressed up too.
But they were dressed up in like their
like fairy
costumes.
Yeah.
And we were just like of two completely different worlds because like at the time we barely did any costuming, and
it did not mesh.
It really did. Well, because like
we were in Skybar.
Yeah,
it was during the like pop collar polo days, like neon polos, and that's the crowd that was in there, or like the button-up shirt that's like 4 buttons undone, like all the way. Like,
and we had no business being in there.
It smelled like cologne and regret.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and we had a kid that was Roblox, and he was just 21, and they wouldn't, or they almost didn't let him in, and at that time he was just full on taped in, and he parked 4 or 5 blocks away, like.
Oh,
it was going to be a pain.
Yeah, they were like, "There's no way you could drink anyway. Just come on in." He was like, "Thanks."
And you're just like, why did you make us come here? Why'd you invite us?
Well, it
was a promotion for Underworld, but I don't know why Skybar was.
Yeah, why was Skybar?
Were they one of the sponsors? Maybe.
No. Like it was supposed to be at like the at a place that was like cool and happening because
Skybar was like the hip place to go. Then.
Yeah. And we went on like a Thursday night or something, like their lull night. And the OKC Ferry got like the party room, and then we were supposed to go mingle and tell everyone about New World Comics and Underworld.
Huh.
Yeah.
And we hadn't seen the movie yet, even like.
Yeah, I was like, I can't. They were like, "Is Underworld good?" I don't know.
They were like,
"Seen it yet."
You all should go see it. So, yeah.
You're like, Kate Beckinsale.
Yeah.
Number one was great. Up.
Yeah, I remember that
I have Kate Beckinsale's list.
Werewolves in it, I think. I remember one of the guys' like heads got cut kind of in half or something. I don't know. I remember going, and it was the paradigm shift in the series. Everyone was like, "Oh, well, this is the one that's the downhill."
Yeah. Oh, well, that's a shame.
Yeah, but
it's because we promote it. No, I just remember all the because we stayed late, and so just people didn't care what we were promoting, and they just wanted an upside down kiss from Spider-Man.
Or there were a whole bunch of people that like were just terrified of Spider-Man because they couldn't deal with not seeing his face.
Yeah.
I was like, you're way too drunk. Yeah. And then someone kept trying to like tarot throw for you, and you were like, I just want to drink.
Forgot
yeah,
about that.
you're just like, I just want to drink my beer. I just want to
Just let me, which I was in character. You know,
Yeah.
it's Wolverine.
Yeah.
Just let me have my beer.
But yeah, towards the end of the night, it was very apparent that we weren't really welcomed by the staff.
Which is weird. They invited us.
Well, no. The advertising company invited us. The staff was just like, what did we agree to?
Yeah, that was their fault.
Well, kind of, but yeah.
They
So,
probably just got called in on that day.
but yeah, like that was that was just right before we started doing all the costuming and stuff. Like we realized, oh, people care about people in costume, and we can use that as like the
And they did. Like, we got a lot of people coming up to us. They're like, "Oh, you're in costume." Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So then, bam,
yeah, and then
birthplace of superhero school.
I wouldn't quite say that.
Not exactly.
bar.
No.
And
It's
then
the less romantic version.
well, and then we ran into a couple customers that are like, "Why are you guys here?"
Like, what are you guys
It's
doing?
that
Here?
we're on a date. Leave it.
I'm like, "Oh, hey guys."
Yeah,
They're like, "We're on a date." I'm like, "What?"
yeah. Oh man, yeah. So that evening just kind of ended weird.
It was real weird.
Yeah.
It was just there was no getting around
and
that.
we've never been invited back out to a bar.
That's probably for the best.
It really is.
Yeah. It's,
Yeah. So one of the running jokes here at the store that a lot of customers just kind of go along with and will repeat, and I'm not sure they necessarily even know exactly what it means. Did you know, John, that we are not a shoe throwing store?
I was peeking over to see what you're talking about. Yeah, I think that should be a policy, maybe, to not throw shoes.
I feel like a lot of the lackeys say this, and I don't know if they know why.
Do they even know?
No, I don't think they do.
Well, I mean, some might say that the store is haunted. Some might say that fracking should should have been eliminated well before its time. But all I can say is that a couple years ago we were sorting out comics, and
I feel like it was just yesterday. So angry about it.
we were sorting out comics, and John had to go do something, so he set his big giant stack of Wolverine comics and just Marvel W comics in this chair, and it looked kind of precariously placed.
It was well balanced.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, some would argue that it was well balanced. And me and the guys were, around telling jokes and just kind of laughing about this thing. And, it was a warm day. I thought, it's best if I just take my shoes off. Right?
Is that what you did? You just
It's, it's just, one of those times that you just take your shoes off. And I thought, I'm so far away from the guys that maybe I'll just go on the other side of the table and join them. And, we got kind of more busy, and you were stuck up at the register. And what's an owner to do but tell more jokes? So I told some, and we all were having a great laugh. And then, wouldn't you know, something happened, and all of these comics fell over. And John looks over and says, "Did you just throw a shoe at those comic books?" To which I say, "That's preposterous."
I feel like
And then we all laughed in unison because, oh my gosh, how hilarious would that be? And untrue.
if you had thrown a shoe.
If I had thrown a shoe.
Yeah, I don't think like everyone understands how many comics you have, like, and the sorting process. When he says a stack, like, he means if you're sitting in this chair
It was 3.5 feet tall to 4 feet.
that was already sorted. all stacked in order.
So precariously positioned in this chair that it looked like it was just about to fall over anyway.
There's a shoe throwing incident.
I don't
or
know.
Or a ghost. And, I'm leaning towards it could have been a ghost.
I mean, thank God they outlawed fracking. Or wastewater
Those earthquakes.
injection. Yeah, those earthquakes at the time.
I don't think I picked it up either on that one.
You know what?
I think I refused.
You
on
refused,
that one.
and being the kind boss that I was, I picked it up for you and got it all back in order.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it fell kind of. They fall in order-ish.
Yeah, they completely fell in order. So yeah,
guys,
so
you can't leave toys in front of me. I play with them.
Well, it's
This whole. If you're watching, that's all I'm doing all day.
Well, at least they haven't done anything untoward yet. So.
Well,
yeah, I mean,
people are watching me, so.
Yeah, you're a respected professor now.
Respected?
Someone's got to respect you.
Well, hopefully one of them does.
So in the
I mean, one of them has to.
yeah. So
I got good reviews. I mean, they give feedback.
in drawing with all the stuff, is there ever a moment that you're like, oh, comic books influenced this or
Absolutely, and I do send people your way. Honestly, sometimes depending on the student.
Yeah,
because you can do. I mean, any number of things with art degrees. Like you got gaming animation, you've got movie animation, you've got comics. I mean, simple as that. But I usually direct them to you and Literati and all the local comic book people, the Jerry Bennett, as well, just to look at how, because you can take that style and you can tell when kids are like
into it or
if
they're
and
like
kind of figuring it out, and you say that style works. It's a very illustrative style is kind of the way to describe it. It's illustrative, right?
Yeah.
All the stuff you guys see behind us. And I use a lot of comics as reference too, depending on what they're doing. Like, look at this. Look how not to draw a Captain America big chest thing, and how to draw feet.
Yeah.
It bothers me. Learn to draw feet, everyone, and hands. That's. I don't know if you get that joke, but you might. If you're listening to this, you might.
Yeah.
But no, so yeah, comics do influence quite a lot of people.
Now, do you ever do the, hey, don't do this that they do from comics? And I don't just mean like certain artist things, but just like, the foreshortening or like, like.
There's some like exaggerated things in comics. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Or, in my fundamentals course, I'll do more realistic style. In an intro to design course, we actually have a project that is you create a quick comic.
Oh, really?
So there's some like starting off, you're like, here, learn the basics first.
Okay.
Now you can branch out.
Okay.
But you
cool.
need like Picasso, for instance. He can draw a realistic, still life. Those are boring. I hate drawing them, but he can, and so then you can branch out and do your other stuff. So for them, they learn the basics, learn how to draw realistic if they want to, and then you can choose to draw exaggerated comic books. Or our project is mainly about storytelling, so that you need to tell a visual story with color and no words. You can use words, but the picture needs to tell a story, which good comics usually do.
Right.
But you should be able to, I don't know, read the story without the words and still have the same effect. They should supplement. No, okay, that's just
Yeah. No. Yeah.
I'll get on that soapbox for a while. But
No, you're good. I was just curious. How's this? Let's round this out with. I'm going to put
Coffee.
you on the spot here. No, we've already talked about coffee.
Where's
I'm
my
like,
refill, Ben? Am I not getting coffee refills? We've been here how long? I can't handle this.
So,
okay,
what would you say the coolest thing that you've gotten to do because of the store would be?
Well, Skybar was pretty cool. I always liked the movie openings, and especially now because I don't get to see movies very often. We did a lot more screenings. Back in the day. I really enjoy superhero school when I can catch it. I'm sad I missed Ninja Turtles previously. Last week? 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
I realized Monday and that I missed it. So, yeah, sorry. What's the coolest thing? Movies. I like the con.
Yeah?
The first year, was it at the Paramount?
Yeah, the Paramount,
It was a neat experience just kind of setting that up and doing that stuff. And then seeing the people, because it was all local people. So you've got local vendors, local comic type things, or nerd culture in general.
Yeah.
And to see the amount of people in Oklahoma City that are like coming to that was pretty cool. I don't know if that's my favorite. That's on the spot. I got to think about.
Well, yeah.
things.
No, I mean,
I mean, just generally the movie stuff was fun. What else have we done? I've been hitting the head too many times.
you're making this the most interesting podcast ever.
You guys can't see me.
I'm sure that Brad's going to edit all of that,
Yeah.
all that down to the movies. I like doing movies.
I like things. I like comics. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and just okay. This may sound a little lame, but the people, the customers, that I loved getting to talk with all the different people who come into the store, and just and I kind of miss them. Don't tell them that, though. Like,
no.
if you guys are customers
Lips are
and listening,
sealed.
I don't like
Yeah.
you. But like, I miss being able, because you have conversations, you ask them how they're doing, we talk about comics, we get to, like, I get to ask them about what they're reading. So even if I wasn't reading it, like, I'd still kind of get it vicariously.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like, I don't know, you find different things you have in common, and I don't know. That's
Yeah,
one
I
thing.
mean, yeah, through doing all
Yeah.
this, you do build pretty close relationships with a lot of people.
Yeah,
so.
I was here, off and on for 6 years? Oh, I'm hitting the mic. I don't know how to do this.
Yeah.
What do I do with my hands?
But yeah, you were off and on 6 years, 7 years,
What year is it?
28,000
It's not
years.
2019.
Yeah,
So,
off and on 10 years.
oh my
Yeah,
God. Has it been that long?
we'll say 10 years.
I'm not that old, am I?
Oh yeah, you're old. You're 2 years older than me now. Time travel.
That's how that works.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I am older, so I get it. No, the people. I miss the people.
cool.
Yeah, maybe.
All right.
I don't know.
I think that's a fine answer. I think that's a great place to end this
think
fine
so, too.
podcast on.
Okay, and coffee.
Yeah.
There's that.
Thanks for listening. John's going to go get coffee. I'm Buck Berlin, owner-operator of New World Comics. With me was Stephanie.
That's me.
Yep. And John.
Hi.
Thanks for joining us. See y'all next time.
Bye.